I'm Professor Alan. I teach English at VIT Chennai University. Today, I'll be sharing my views on two important topics: group discussion and team building. First, I'll share my ideas on group discussion. Then, I will discuss in detail about team building skills. It is mandatory to understand what a group is before understanding why group discussion, for whom group discussion will be beneficial. What is a group? How is it different from a crowd? Group is professional, but a crowd is not. It is organized. It has got a common objective, and it strives to complete the task within the given point of time. It's result oriented. Now let us see why group discussion has become very popular among recruiters. Group discussion is very crucial for MBA students. It's not only for the MBA students, it is becoming very popular among the recruiters of engineering graduates. Now it has become a recruitment tool. For any student who prepares for a placement training exam, he or she should clear 3 levels. First level checks the mathematical and the English competency. It's a written test or a computer-based test. Only if he or she clears the first round, he or she can move to the second round, known as group discussion. Remember, group discussion is a process of elimination. Only if you survive in the second round, you can move to the third round, known as personal interview, which involves sometimes HR interview, or it involves stress interview, sometimes telephone or Skype interview too. Hence, group discussion has become mandatory, and students need to be trained when it comes about cracking a discussion. Remember, group discussion is structured, it's professional. It's not only a recruitment tool. Once you master the rudiments of a discussion, it stays with you forever. It becomes a life skill. Now, what is the objective of a discussion? The main objective is to discuss a topic within a short period of time by listening to the views of others in the group. So it's not about winning, it is about being how professionally a topic is discussed. Here is the difference between a discussion and a debate. A discussion is, as I said, is professional, it is intellectual. It's not that a debate is not intellectual, but it is unprofessional. At times, debate even becomes emotional. It's all about winning in a debate. It's not about winning in a discussion. A discussion has clear objectives. It's better to be objective in a discussion rather than being subjective. In debate, it is about being subjective. To a great extent, a discussion is organized. On many instances, a debate leads to chaos and confusion. A very important aspect of a discussion is the communicative style. It demands assertive communicative style. But debate is aggressive. It's all about winning. Now you know the difference between a debate and a discussion. Let's see how to initiate a discussion now. Imagine a group of 5 members participate in a discussion, be it a mock group discussion or a real group discussion. The first person who begins the discussion is the initiator. An initiator plays a very crucial role of clarifying the topic. It's not only that, the initiator opens up the discussion. The initiator should not dominate. That's the common mistake made by students. They dominate and do not give chance for others to talk, and they become judgmental at times. An initiator should just open up the discussion. For example, the topic for today's discussion is corruption in Indian politics. It's better to start with we rather than I. Shall we start the discussion? Is much better than saying, shall I start the discussion? The initiator opens up and the discussion moves on. Each member has the right to speak. It does not have an order. It is understood that those who know the subject indulges in a good discussion. Do not worry about those who are not interested in a discussion. They are passive. You can avoid them. Listen to the views of others and then respond. Hence, it not only checks the speaking skills, it checks the listening skills too. Here are few do's and don'ts in a discussion. A discussion reveals your point of view. It reveals who you are. It's not just the fluency, it's your attitude. If you are a pessimist who does not have not even an iota of optimism, it will be revealed in a discussion. So don't be a pessimist throughout the discussion. Even if you are not for the topic, try to discuss it positively and politely. Avoid saying words like, I totally disagree to your point of view. I don't like your ideas. I do not agree to what you said. Instead of that, you can politely rephrase it as, while I respect your opinion, I would like to put forth my belief that. This is discussion skill, my students. Avoid saying you are wrong. Don't pinpoint to the mistakes of others. Avoid saying I completely disagree to your view and I am absolutely right. Instead, you can be polite. You can say you may be right, but however I feel. Learn to contradict and complement other members in the discussion. Don't be rude. Don't gaze at a person or don't give any rude remarks. Don't shout to prove yourself right. Be professional. We have already discussed the difference between a debate and a discussion. Now let's see how to prepare for a discussion. It is mandatory to equip ourselves with facts and figures before we participate in a discussion. Learn to focus on national and international events. Prepare, concentrate, work hard, have facts and figures with you before you discuss a particular topic. If the facts are solid, it will be very helpful when you want to drive home a point. Hence, facts and figures are crucial. Learn to disagree politely. A decorum is followed. Follow it. Smile. Don't laugh. Do not crack jokes. Do not make fun of those who are not able to contribute much to the discussion. Listen and respond. That's the key. Don't forget. Now, the initiator has started. Points have been shared. But if somebody digresses from the topic, how to bring them back? Learn to moderate. You can very well say the topic for today's discussion is this and not that. Politely, you can respond and come back. Be more focused on the topic at hand. Learn to regulate. Points will be given if you moderate, if somebody digresses and you bring the person back to the discussion. Now let us see how to conclude a discussion. As the discussion nears its end, all the views can be summarized by a person. This will work very well for a mock group discussion. Today, we have discussed the cause and effect of a particular problem. Don't be judgmental. Remember, students, this is a discussion and not a debate. It's not about winning, it's about discussing. It's about discussing a topic professionally. So you can say, on behalf of the team, I would like to conclude. After concluding, don't add on more points. It's better to be dressed in formals and maintain eye contact only with the members who are in the group. Do not maintain eye contact with anyone outside the group. It is crucial. Learn to use your hands politely. Your open palm gesture will be very useful for you. Now you will understand why group discussion is preferred by recruiters. It does not check just one skill, it checks multiple skills. It begins with the fluency of the candidates. How fluent a student is in English. It's not that the fluency alone is counted. From there, it moves on to interpersonal skills. How you perform in a group reveals your interpersonal skills. Then, your style of communication. If you're passive, if you do not know the topic, you will be silent. If you are aggressive, you will dominate others. But the most important skill in a discussion is assertive communicative skill. Assertive team players will score high marks in a discussion. In addition to that, it checks your team building skills, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and at times even your leadership qualities. Now you know why group discussion is very important. Try to master it. Now I'll move on to the second topic of today's discussion. It is team building skills. Team building is a very important skill. The corporate companies rely on team building strategies. Every year, millions of dollars are poured into the training programs exclusively for team building skill. So it's ideal that you learn team building skills too. Now I'll give you an example. Football is a sport. We are familiar with it. Although one person scores the goal, it's not a one-man show. It's the effort of 11 members. And finally, one person scores the goal. So the entire team coordinates, cooperates, it faces all the odds to win. Look at the quote which you find on the screen. When a team outgrows individual performance and learns team confidence, excellence becomes a reality. So team building is all about being united. Now I'll discuss about the different stages involved in team building and the characteristics of a good team. Different stages involved in the team building process are: first is forming, followed by norming. Sorry, first is forming, followed by storming, thirdly norming, and the fourth is performing. I will explain clearly the different stages by giving you an example of a football match. Now, the football team has a mission to win the World Cup. So, I'll illustrate it with examples from a football match. They have a very clear vision or a mission to win the World Cup. Make sure everybody is interested in the game, in the team building activity. For example, here all the players are into the game. They are for it. They are passionate about it. Else, if a team is not organized, it will lead to chaos. First is forming. The team is formed now with referees, goalkeepers, captain, substitute players. This is the first step. Know your team members. That is forming. Second is storming. Decision making comes here. You storm for ideas. You assess your strength and weakness. You storm together. This is the second step. Third is norming. Norming is a rehearsal before the match. And the fourth is performing. Only one person scores the goal, but it's a team effort. Remember, my friends, the same strategy. A football team is not so different from a corporate team. Team works together. If you work together, you can achieve your goal. Everyone does their best. Though an individual scores the goal, it is the team that plays and wins. Remember that. Now, if the team does not cooperate, it will lead to a dysfunctional team. Day in and day out, there will be problems, chaos, sometimes verbal abuse. So, a dysfunctional team is very difficult to manage. If there is a problem in your team, state your views in a clear, non judgmental language. Say that there is a problem politely. Clarify the core issues, reasons for the problem. Listen to the point of view of others. Don't be judgmental. Don't say that what you say is right. Try to be open. Only if you're open, you can understand the problem, the real problem. Then you can address it. Check understanding by restating the core issues. Why this team is important. Remember, it's a combination of energies. It's not one energy, it's synergy. It's I becoming we. Now, I will explain briefly about the characteristics of a good team. It has got high level of interdependence. People rely on each other. So it's interdependent. It's not just independent, it's interdependent. It has got good people skills. It believes in a team approach. It's not a one-man show. It develops a good climate for communication, interpersonal communication, builds mutual trust, prepared to take risks in the future, very clear about goals and objectives. All the members are clearly defined. It has got the capacity to create new ideas, and each team member contributes to the performance of a team. So team building is a very important strategy. Remember, a good team player will become a leader. A good leader will become an entrepreneur. Only if you are a good team player, you can become a good leader. If you do not know the basics of team building, you cannot become a good leader. So begin with team building. Slowly move on to the second level of becoming a good leader. Once you have become a good leader, you have the potential. You know how to manage your own team. You can become a good entrepreneur. All the best. Hope you enjoyed both the topics. Give your views and comments. Thank you.